Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, back. Had to do something real quick. Wait a minute, let me let this thing pass. Women today are actually easier. Let me say that again. Women today are actually easier. And, let me tell you what, me, I talk about the sex and everything. Women are giving it up easier, having sex easier, more aggressive about it than they ever been. See, you know what? It's funny, right? It's funny. Because you get some young guys who, quite frankly, they don't know what the fuck they talking about. They'll think, well, Rom, you're old. You don't know what's going on out there. You don't hang out with me, motherfucker. I'm out here. I got teenage sons and stuff. I gotta know what's going on. I know a lot of their friends. I know what they're telling me, and then just how I travel and everything. I meet a lot of young girls just in this area. Anybody, just how I travel, different stores, at the gyms. Shoot. If I'm be trying to holler at my sons when I'm out with them. They'd be like, hey, how you doing, Tom? So I know what's up. And then a third of my coaching clients are young women. Young women, not even older women, young women. And I'm like, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, these women thirstier than they ever been. Now, some guys will say, no, they ain't the case, they ain't the case. Dude, it's always somebody who don't really talk to their elders. None of this shit is new. None of this shit is new. Hold on, let me get started. Hold on, let me get out of here. I got background noise and everything. Damn, Santa Claus working out up here. Anyway. Yeah, it's like a buff Santa Claus. But, no, you got a lot of these young girls and stuff. They want to give it up. The older women want to give it up. But the problem is the men. Seriously, the problem is the men. It ain't even the women. It's the men that are the problem. Because a lot of men so caught up in some stuff, they ain't even actually interacting with women. Like, I'll give you a great example. You get all this stuff about Chad and Tyrone. It's so popular. I noticed one thing. It'd be the men talking about them more than the women do. Yeah, women will check out some thirst pages and stuff, but shoot. Some of the guys that the women are checking out don't even look like so-called Chad and Tyrone. And shit. They just looking for somebody who look like they're going to be good in bed. It be men like talking about that, checking out the men, measuring and everything. And I'm like, okay, dude, y'all more worried about what do the women actually want sexually? I would say if you're gonna be on social media or something, try to find some pages with like of some clubs or something. You be seeing who they be dancing with and who they really interacting with. These women out here are horny. They are horny. But hold on. I gotta get past this and waiting for the light. But yeah, I mean, there's some serious stuff out here. The women, shoot, if you really pay attention to them, like on my video yesterday, I shared that link where I was talking about women's dick appointments. I say D appointments, get it past the censors. But talking about their D appointments and stuff and how to make them and everything. Man, I ain't never seen it this easy. Because, since I was actually alive, back in the day when everybody think everything was so great and everything, anybody could get a mate. No, we actually had incels back then. They just didn't have a name for them. They were just that uncle or something that you might see at family reunions, or the guy sitting up in the, living up in the attic or something. They just didn't have the internet. They were around. But that's not the majority anyway. And even, and as much as women were throwing it back then, they way more open because back then they had to hide it a bit better. Now they straight up about it. I mean, you got businesses by women now, showing them how to like back that thing up, how to be in the bedroom, how to be sexier and everything. And I'm like, well, wait a minute, hold up. You got the women doing all this, And some guys sitting around talking about they ain't getting sex more. And that's a legitimate thing. But I'm going to tell you what. It ain't really on the women. It's the mindset of the men. Because that's all it really is. Man gets rejected a couple times and it's like the end of the world for him. First of all, even the most successful players have gotten rejected. Any man who says he's never been rejected is lying. Let me say again, any man, I don't care how much of a player he say he is, how alpha he is, even if he look like to another man as a Chad or Tyrone, they got at least one rejection story. I don't care who it is. I don't care who it is. Rejection a part of life. Like, all you have to do for rejection, you get rejected, just stop and figure out why you got rejected. That's all you have to do. You learn from each rejection, don't repeat it. You know? It could be like, if you get rejected, go back, okay, look yourself in the mirror. Was your hair cut right? You know? Did you have a good scent on? How were your clothes? And then even think about your approach. And then sometimes the rejection might not even be all that. It could be you just caught the woman on the wrong day. You might try to talk to her, she had a death in the family. And I'm serious. You know? Because there's been some times I see some woman somewhere, she wouldn't look at me, then, you know, all of a sudden she'll approach me or something and be chatting me up. So I said, don't even take that because you don't know the situation. There was one time I was about to approach a woman. Like, I ain't big on approach unless it's a damn principle. But she wouldn't give me any signals, anything. She was fine, but some said wait. Then all of a sudden, her husband and 2 kids came up, or her baby daddy and 2 kids, a man and 2 kids came up, and they acting like a family. Now, what if I approached her and she told me no? Do I get mad because of that? Or I just look at the bigger picture and realize, oh, she had somebody, and he was right there. Was she going to say, oh yeah, let me give you my number? You always got to look at the big picture or something, and then you can't take it personally. It's like you playing basketball or something. Even the best players in the NBA ain't going to hit every shot. I want y'all to think about that. But see, you get some guys out here, you know, they catch 2 rejections, or they so busy paying attention to what somebody else doing, they ain't thinking about, okay, work their own game, develop themselves. You know, seriously, even with the select and non-select thing, I said it in a video. You get a lot of non-select in a relationship, but you still want to be select. But it don't really take that much, to be honest with you. That's how thirsty these women are. It don't take this much. But see, what the problem is, though? A lot of guys got to realize, as far as sex, women want it more, but there are changes in the social environment. And what it all is saying to the men is, you can't fake the funk like you used to. Yeah, it used to be, yeah, you could have that, all you need was that good job, be able to provide and stuff, but women work now. That's the biggest change. They don't need your money like you used to, but they still want the D. So it's like, oh, wait a minute. They don't want your money like they used to. Yeah, I know about gold diggers and poor women going for tricks and all of that, but let's say overall, they don't need your money, but they still want some D. They need that bad. In fact, on one of my private sites, I said, shoot, a man's D can program a woman. I want to see you pick up on what I just said. Or know what I just said. Seriously, they want it bad. I was like I said, I got a lot of young friends in the area and stuff, and they look at me, I ain't trying to holler at them or anything, and they be telling me some shit. They be free. You see, I know they telling the truth because I don't be asking them. They just be straight telling me. That's another thing, too, because like I said, I think I had a detractor, and he was wondering why women tell me stuff, but pretty much don't tell him stuff. I don't judge them. That's all you have to do. Don't judge what they say. Be open for what they say. Even if you do judge it, don't show it on your face. That's all you have to do. So I've had women tell me about the trains they had ran on them, and I just be like, just sit there and chill, If it's a young girl, I make sure she ain't looking at my son too much, but I just don't show it. That's the whole thing. Oh man, but seriously, they thirsty. I ain't never seen it. I mean, my biggest problem is my sons, they don't even be trying to be that cool or anything. And I got to be keeping an eye out. Shoot, my youngest son, he had a woman ask him out on a date. Had a woman ask him, a young girl ask him about a date and calling, you know. In fact, he been pulling them like that, both of them really, and they don't even try hard. So I'm like, hold up. In fact, my oldest son, he nerdy and proud of it. He's a tall nerd, but he's still a nerd. He's proud of it. And be getting young girls be trying to holler at him. So I'm like, well, wait a minute. You got these guys. And speaking of even that nerd thing, I remember about a couple months ago now. Well, back in July, there was like a Comic-Con at a local community college and stuff. And, you know, they got the anime, comic books, art. There's probably more girls there. I mean, that's not even limited. Like, you know, all of them. So I'm looking at dudes now like, dude, really? It ain't that hard. Seriously. All you had to do is really be cool. Yeah, women might have an ideal. Everyone might have an ideal about the type of man they want. Well, so do we. Who's to say, hey, how many men say they don't want that hourglass figure? But how often do you see it? As long as that woman have a certain basement, even if your basement's a 7, you can find that. So I'm like, man, they ain't never been this easy. I wish they were this easy when I was young. Shit. And with social media too, I'm like, dude, this is like a smorgasbord. I'm like, damn. I was born 20 years later. Shit. So I don't get it, seriously. But like I said, no, I get it. A lot of guys, they so into their own shit instead of just working on their own shit. If they change, I'm going to tell you what. And I'm going to put the word guarantee on it. If you just change your minds, just change your mindset, change your thinking, shit will improve for you. I'm putting a guarantee on it. But you got to change it. And let's be clear, that change ain't going to happen overnight. You got to work on changing how you think. You change how you think, things will change for you. And how you're approaching women and everything. Like I said, but you got to do the work. You're not superficial. You got to do some deep work. You're going to change. And that's where the real power is up here. You change up here, boom. All right? So anyway, that's all I got for now, yo. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.